Greetings and welcome back to Republican Bayonets on the Rhine with the meeting engagement at Valmy. Now, I apologise for this taking a while to be uploaded. Real life has been happening for both me and my opponent, so let us proceed and see what has happened. Hmm. 30 men. Our exchanges of gunfire are fairly vicious at the moment. This is going to hurt. 18. They are charging. Yeah, they're charging into the flank of them. Or they might be charging into them. We'll see. Managed to knock out a gun. Oh, yeah. I think that battalion is going to officially withdraw. That... It's really sort of had enough at this point. He's starting to launch a counter-attack, essentially. Yeah, he is definitely starting to launch a counter-attack. Which makes sense at this point. He completely routed my right flank. So this is where we try we're going to have to try and recover. It's definitely going to be difficult. But we shall see. Yeah, they're probably going to run. Losing 45 odd men there. I am going to essentially have to withdraw, I think. Maybe not from the field, but withdraw to essentially my ridge and start preparing on my ridge to try and deal with this French counter-attack. Wolfram's door. Oof. Yeah, the French are counter-attacking. So I am gonna have to do stuff to try and not be fully routed here. Still, it makes sense that he wants to launch a counter-attack. Now, of all things. Thankfully, with the Austrians coming up, alright. 6 units rout. The Norman Dragoons, the Brunswick Regiment, the Schoenfeld, the Bloodberg, and the Kleiss. The Kleiss lose stragglers, unfortunately. So if we go over here, where is the Kleiss? Your Hohenlohe. So yeah, they got a little bit extra gutted. He just lost the Duc de Chartres. Wounded. Interesting. So let's kick it off over here. The Lotham Dragoons. The Kola Hussars. Let's do that. You'll go in there with them. At which point General Kola will lead his section of the regiment in a counter-attack against the Flanders Chasseurs à Cheval. Now, I could charge these, but I'm not sure that is actually going to be very effective. They can't escape, unfortunately, so... There we go. Get them out of the way. And then the last parts of the Cola Regiment are to stay there. Exchange fire there. Alright, these boys have routed once and for all. They will look to fall back and try and regroup. These boys are to try and fall back as well. The Facade Regiment. Let's do my guns, actually, before anything else. You will blast those horse battery. Not do much, but... blast them. Blast them. IR9. 31. The Ostendorf. IR37. The Birnbeck foot artillery. The Decker foot battery. The Puttkammer foot artillery battery. You are to blast them. You up here will blast them. And then you are actually going to limber up and look to get out of the way. General Hertzberg. They are looking this direction, so what could they charge? The skirmishers, and that's about it. What about the Borstel Cuirassier? I could charge them forward, but... it will not go very well. I've got to try and reorder my forces over here. 3rd Hussars. Let's go back to doing everything in order, shall we? Before I totally get sidetracked. You will go up there. Advance, advance. What's my losses like at the moment? I've forgotten. Ugh, 8,500 to the French. What? 4,500 roughly? No, nearly 5. Math hard. About 5,200 to my 8,500. Pretty appalling losses, unfortunately. But not much I can do about it. You will go there, turn about, and then go into there. General Eben and his hussars. Um... Hmm. Schoenfeld, Budbergs, the Hertzbergs. But yeah, at this point, I'm basically just going to start withdrawing. As there's not much options for me. There's not that many good options. It's just a case of sit here and get plastered by French artillery, or fall back onto my ridge and try and defeat his counterattack. Kleist will do that. They are still routed. The Schmettal Dragoons. Yeah, I've got nothing really to prevent my guns all being captured here. The most I could do... Alright, if you fall back... Louis of Baden is to stay with this battalion, fighting this lot. And then over here we'll have von Wittenghoff. Formation fail is 15%. Ugh. Change line, and they failed. Of course they did. So fall back. I will send these boys to basically protect Puttkamer's guns. You are the von Wittenghoffs. There's the second part. Konitz and Borsch will basically look to gather up again. Now, the real question here is, what do I do over here? I am partial to trying to counterattack, but try and counterattack into his counterattack. as that seems to be the best option at this point. Counter-attack into his counter-attack. Um... Hmm. Let's move the Austrians. So over here we have General Boros with his with the Estahani Hussars. They will move up and start deploying hidden. So now they're basically hidden, ready to take advantage of any sudden aggressive shenanigans by the French cavalry over here. You continue to fall back because, well, there's nothing left of you. And the Coburg Dragoons will move up. Next, we'll have Deloup with his skirmishers. I'm going to leave the sappers and the pontooners back here. The Morzin Grenadiers, the Badotsky Grenadiers, the Kinsky Regiment, and some brigade batteries. The Hohenlohe Regiment, and the Stuart Regiment, plus more brigade battery. And then finally, the actual heavy artillery. That was it for reinforcements, but Kalkenruth. I am actually very happy with the position of those Austrians for the moment. This, not so much. I think I'm gonna have to do it. Essentially the Vang. And then these boys will do the same. Ow. They're overrun. And then I naturally charge straight into his infantry. I knew that was there, but it's more a case of, do I really have much options? Yes, I can. This is really, really not a good idea, but I can dismount the dragoons like, well, dragoons. So they should at least buy some time. Because that's all I really need is time. That's what I need in the end, is time. Time to try and reorganise this mess. Or get reinforcements up from the Austrians. The Valdecks and the Brunswicks. I think all in all, as painful as this has been for me, I'm not too unhappy with it. My boys have performed well, and considering what the historical battle was, aka nothing, it once again goes to prove an interesting battle, if nothing else. If absolutely nothing else, it's been very, very interesting. Is there anything else that says, do this? You. Unlimber. Romberg, you will go that way. General Schoenfeld. As for Romberg himself, you are going to try and rally them. Still, things could be a hell of a lot worse. Yes, this is not exactly pretty, but as I said, things could be a hell of a lot worse. I've seen things a hell of a lot worse. This is mostly just chaotic. That's the big thing. Still, I've lost a lot of guns. Mostly due to those guns that I lost up there very early in the battle. Because they got caught out. Leader-wise, I've only had one loss. Of course, it was a very big loss. It was Crown Prince Frederick Wilhelm being wounded. But whereas they've had General de Brigade Bevant and General de Brigade Pulley both killed, and the Duke of Chartres wounded. Still, I will take it. My heavy cav. Do I charge my heavy cav? On the vain hope of causing enough chaos in his line to buy time. It would be very sacrificial. That's the thing. A very sacrificial charge. No, I don't think I will. They'll stay there for now. I think that is that for everything. I think my biggest issue here is I fell into the same, quote, mistake slash trap as Frederick the Great at Colin did. Or in the case of underestimating the enemy and frontally attacking a ridge. This really pretty much stinks of Colin, and I fell into the same mistake. But it goes to show that it happens. So let us push onwards to the melee. Hit you. That was not very effective, was it? Drive you back. Huh. I could look to try and push those chasseurs back. If we hit them, we advance the line, even though it will become disordered. It's not particularly valuable to me. Yeah. I figured that would happen. These boys have had to sacrifice themselves to try and help hold them back. At least until the Austrians can arrive, which should be maybe a couple more turns, unfortunately. But for now, we just have to try and hold on. Second Division, I know this lot is the advance guard. Advance guard, left division, advance guard, advance guard, advance guard, left division, right division. No wonder he has a cavalry. Just so much cavalry here. It looks like he's got both his right and left division and most of his advance guard cavalry here. But then the French do just have a horrific amount of cavalry. So let us push onwards. And see what happens. So I hope you have been enjoying the series. And I hope you will hit that thumbs up, subscribe, but most importantly, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the series or my videos in general, how I can improve them, etc, etc, etc. And I will see you all with the next episode. So until then, bye bye for now.